Imagine a 4K close-up of a premium cheeseburger resting on a wooden board. As your hands approach, the sesame seeds on the bun actually vibrate from the micro-tremors of your anticipation. You feel the squelch of the brioche as your fingers compress the bread, and instinctively, your head tilts exactly 35 degrees to the left to find a point of entry. Inside your mind, a frantic negotiation is taking place. You're thinking, wait, if I go in from the top, that tomato slice is definitely going to slide out the back. If the tomato slides, the whole social construct of this lunch collapses. Do I look like a predator right now? My incisors are ready, but my soul is weak. Just please, God, don't let me get ketchup on this white shirt. When you're staring down a complex, multi-layered sandwich, which entry vector do you choose? Is it option 1, the frontal assault, where you go straight in like a bulldozer? Option 2, the 45-degree tilt, leaning your head to maximize mouth span? Or option 3, the compression squish, where you flatten the food until it's a manageable disc? 3, 2, 1. The actual structural solution is option 4, the inverted structural rotation. You simply flip the food upside down. According to culinary structural logic, the top bun of a burger is typically twice as thick as the bottom. By inverting the sandwich, that heavy-duty, load-bearing bread is repositioned to absorb the heavy sauces and juices, preventing the entire stack from collapsing out the back. This is why professional food stylists and expert tasters often handle tall foods with an inverted grip. It's engineered to ensure the most flavorful, palate-heavy ingredients hit your tongue first rather than the roof of your mouth. It's a bizarre reality of our evolution. We are a species capable of landing rovers on Mars with millimeter precision. Yet we haven't quite figured out how to keep a single pickle inside a bun. Most of us just hold it right side up and watch as the contents evacuate onto our laps like a savory tube of toothpaste. How do you handle the logistics of a massive sandwich? Do you use the professional thumb and pinky stabilizer grip underneath for 5 points of contact? Or are you just holding on for dear life and hoping for the best? Did you learn your grip from a parent? Or did you develop it during a traumatic first date in your 20s? Tell the Agora your grip style below. But once the structural integrity of the sandwich is secured, the real biological labor begins. We shift our focus from the exterior architecture of the bun to the internal processing plant of the mouth. I definitely took too big of a bite. It seemed like a good idea 3 seconds ago, but now I'm realizing I have to chew for at least 3 minutes before I can even think about speaking. Why did she choose this exact moment to ask me about my 5-year plan? My jaw feels like it's performing a high-intensity CrossFit workout it never signed up for. You can hear that first, thunderous crunch echoing through your own jawbone. A private percussion section for one, as your cheeks, or the buccal cavity, work frantically to corral the bolus. It's a rhythmic, almost desperate dance of the tongue and teeth to keep the food from sliding into the danger zone before it's fully processed. But here's the tactical question that most of us never bother to ask until a dentist points it out. Which side of your mouth are you currently loading with that food? Think about your current chewing pattern. 3, 2, 1. Did you choose option 1, the dominant right, the faithful grinder that handles the heavy lifting? Option 2, the left side lean, the occasional backup you only use when the right side gets tired? Or option 3, the front tooth nibble, that cautious, squirrel-like maneuver we use for corn on the cob or when we're trying to look polite? The actual official way to process a bite, according to the American Dental Association, is option 4, the bilateral alternating stroke. This involves switching the load between both sets of molars every few chews to maintain jaw symmetry. The ADA notes that unilateral chewing, sticking to one side like a loyalist, leads to uneven muscle development and premature tooth wear. It's why modern orthodontic aligners are actually designed with this bilateral logic in mind. They're trying to force a centered bite pattern onto a species that loves to favor one side. We are essentially operating a biological Ferrari, but we're driving it like a toddler who only knows how to turn right. We grind away on one side until the jaw clicks like an old door hinge, completely ignoring the mechanical perfection of the other side. So let's audit the internal mechanics of the Agora. Are you a righty or a lefty chewer? Did you even know you had a preference until this very second? Or have you been unconsciously lopsided since the 3rd grade? Reveal your side below, because once the mastication is complete, you're faced with the final, most socially dangerous stage. The cleanup, the final swallow. You watch the throat move in a slow, rhythmic undulation as the bolus finally makes its exit. But as the cargo disappears, the high-stakes paranoia begins. Did I get it all? There is a statistically significant 40% chance that a giant green fleck is currently plastered across my front tooth, like a billboard for my poor life choices. If I use my tongue to find it right now, do I look like I'm searching for buried treasure? I feel like my mouth is a cave and I'm a blind explorer. Just keep your lips shut. Smile with your teeth hidden. Be a mysterious, non-leaking human. You see the steam rising from a glass of water nearby. A liquid escape route you're tempted to take just to rinse away the evidence of your lunch. This brings us to the final check protocol. How do you verify your mouth is truly clean after the bite? Option 1, the tongue sweep, the frantic internal search and rescue mission. Option 2, the water flush, the high-volume liquid reset that hopes to drown any leftover crumbs. Option 3, the napkin dab, the external wipe that assumes if the skin is dry, the teeth are pristine. 3, 2, 1. The twist is option 4, the Retro-Nasal Air Sweep. Professional sommeliers and master tasters don't just swallow, they execute a precise maneuver where they exhale slightly through the nose at the exact moment of the swallow. This clears the volatile organic compounds from the palate, essentially blowing out the lingering scents and flavors so the next bite can be experienced in its purest form without residue buildup. It's a biological reset. This is exactly why high-end tasting menus are structured with specific cleansers. They are engineered to support this air-driven purification process between complex flavors. Yet, the gap between our potential and our reality is staggering. The official way is retronasal air clearance for flavor purity, but our actual habit is using our tongues like frantic, malfunctioning windshield wipers that everyone can see moving behind our lips. We are a species with the sensory equipment of a god and the cleanup habits of a distracted golden retriever. So, for the final entry in the Agora, how do you check for the post-bite debris? Do you rely on a secret mirror check in your phone screen? Does your tongue have a specialized sweep pattern you've used since you were 7? Or do you just live in a state of blissful, messy ignorance, assuming that if no one is pointing and laughing, you're safe? Reveal your cleanup ritual to the Agora, because when you look at it through the lens of human anthropology, normal isn't a standard. It's just a collection of accidents we've performed so many times we forgot they were choices. Whether you're an inverted grip burger eater, a bilateral grinder, or a retro-nasal exhaler, you aren't a failure for being messy. You are a masterpiece of survival, navigating the complex structural integrity of a world that didn't come with an instruction manual. At the end of the day, normal is just a collection of accidents we call habits. Whether you flip your burger or grind on the left, you're a masterpiece of survival. Will you flip your next bite or keep living in the dark? Tell us why.